Hi, it's Mel. Welcome to my channel, Heart of an Angel Messages. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just going to read some oracles. Don't know what's coming out, but we shall see. Hope every day. I hope everybody is having a good day. It's raining here. And so I'm just chilling, relaxing in my car. Like I said, I don't know what messages are coming out, but we are about to see. I have saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others heal the wounds and set you free. So if you haven't been this may be the time, the time or the era in your life where you should be. In order to heal, we have to forgive. If we don't forgive, we allow those things to manifest in our hearts, and it causes us to drag along extra baggage that could be left in a dumpster or on a curb. And the way sometimes we have to heal is just really dealing with ourselves. It's good to reach out to the person that may have, say a person harmed you and you don't in no way feel that you can ever face that person, or you don't ever think that that person will face you to even mumble an apology. The best thing for you to do is just kind of accept the fact that that person may never have the balls to come towards you. So you most definitely have to start working on yourself. You have to start working on accepting what happened, you know. And the most important thing for me, I feel like, is when you don't understand, the best thing for you to do is ask God for understanding as to what happened. Why did this person treat me like this? And you will see very soon on that whatever that person did towards you really didn't have anything to do with you. I understand, in some cases, essay is, for a lot of people, it's hard to forgive someone that, assaulted you in a, sexual manner. But I do say, I will tell you that no sin is worth more than the other. All sin is weighed on the same scale. So you have to find it in your heart to forgive. Whatever forgiveness look like for you, you have to find it in your heart to forgive. You know? You have to just sit with yourself. You have to, first of all, sit with Most High. People tell you all the time, it's not good to question God, what God put a period. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that God gave me a voice and He gave me six senses: eat, smell, hear, taste. I know it's five senses. I can't think of the other one. But sometimes, like my aunt used to say, He gave me six because common sense is a sense. So when you don't understand something, instead of you sitting dumbfounded, and I don't feel like God wants us to be sitting dumbfounded, especially with things occur in our life that we don't understand. Only He can give us that clarity sometimes. The person that harmed us don't even understand what the hell they got going on to cause them to harm us. They may have some woundings themselves. They may have some woundings themselves. but they don't really understand what the underlying issue is. They don't understand that they haven't healed, because if they, are still dealing with childhood woundings, mother father woundings, they may have had a tough upbringing. They had to work at an early age. They had siblings that, treated them like the outcast. Whatever it may be, you have to heal, no matter if that person ever give you closure. Those people may, sometimes people, I've seen people that was raised up in good, decent households and then ended up straight up assholes. Sometimes people can just be straight up assholes. And then too, they don't even know why they straight up assholes. You know? But once you get an understanding and clarity as to why a person may act or treat you in a certain way, then you can go within yourself, and you can reassure yourself that it had nothing to do with you, and you can start the healing just right then. Okay? Let's move on. Resurrection. Yeah. Whatever, start forgiving. I can't preach it enough. Because wherever you've been at in life, you about to resurrect from it. You about to rise from the ashes, giving me, when Jesus was hung on the cross, everybody just thought it was over. They thought it was over. They wrapped him all up, put these oils and sheets on him. They even put him in the cave and rolled a big old rock in front of it, honey. They didn't think that our Savior was getting up. And he rose with all power in his hand. Listen, you're about to resurrect with all power in your hand. You hear me? All power. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself. All power. You got the power. You are being provided the power to do this. Get up. Reinvent yourself, and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful, baby. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Work on that forgiveness. Because whatever they did to you, trust me, is not bigger than where God is finna take you next. It ain't, and you letting it hold you back. You letting it hold you back is not worth you missing out on what God has for you next. And a lot of people sit down. A lot of people sit down and waddle in their hurt and pain, and they just live a lifetime hurting people. They live a lifetime making people pay for the pain that they had to experience. And at the end of the night, they still gonna go to bed sick, sad, and feeling pathetic about themselves because they didn't sit with themselves. They can't, they don't know how. They won't do the work to sit with themselves. You know? Okay, thank you, Spirit, for that message. Thank you. Thank you. What must the collective know next, Spirit? Yeah, planning phase. You're in a planning phase. You may be getting ready to relocate. It said take a step back and plan the necessary step to move forward. So you may turn your goals into reality. Look, listen. We playing chess. This ain't checkers. Baby, you the queen. You the empress. You the divine masculine. Sit back and strategize how you fixing to make your next move. Because your next move will be your best move. Bars. Your next move gonna be the best move. Frost is stillness. Embrace the frost of stillness. This is the reason why, if you feeling like everything is moving slow for you, nothing is moving at all for you, that's because when it do, sweethearts, it's gonna blow your minds. It is going to blow your minds. So that's why you need to start working on that forgiveness. That's the reason why you need to sit back and you need to start strategizing. Even if you don't know, you may feel like you in the season of what else, what I don't know what's happening. What should I be planning for? It's gonna come to you. You just got to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You hear me? And if you're afraid that you're not, you're going to have to pray and ask God. Ask Spirit to guide your steps. Don't when it come down time for you to make the right choice, guide your steps. Make your feet light as a feather, and He will. Embrace the frost of stillness, where in the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. I'm telling you, I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I feel like you're being urged to go out into nature, go to the park, go sit by some water, feel yourself, feel the ground, feel the sand, the rocks, wherever you at. Go touch a tree. Take your shoes off if you can. Feel, really, really be in the presence between you and the universe. Go and get acquainted. Go in and get grounded with the universe. Because then you're going to see, that's where your answers are going to be found. And that's how you're going to know where to move next. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your guidance and your protection, Spirit. This one, this card fell out. It says clear minds. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Sweep away any doubt that you have and know that you are right. If you're leaving things behind, and for some of you, it may be some tough things that you got to leave behind, like toxic parents, toxic siblings, people that you've been knowing all your life, toxic friends, maybe even a workplace, toxic workplace that you've been at for the last 20 years. Spirit say it's time to go. You're about to be resurrected. It's time to go. Don't be trying to hold on to nothing that I'm trying to tear you away from. Because that peace that you asked me for is on the other side. Those financial blessings that you asked me for, it's just right over here. But you got to let go of this. You know, I listened to Steve Harvey one time, and he said that when he was, before he got big, this is always kind of stuck with me. He always wanted, I think he said, a Cadillac. And he had a car on, on bricks that was sitting in the yard that wasn't working. And it had been working for a while. And he was walking around, and I think he said that he was talking to his mom. And he was talking about, he was planning for this Cadillac. And he didn't understand why, it was taking him so long to just get this nice ass luxury vehicle that he wanted. And I think it was his mother told him that he had to get rid of the junk in the yard before his blessings came along. And I think he said that he ended up getting rid of the car that was sitting on bricks, that was sitting in the driveway. And he said no sooner than he got rid of it, he was able to go get the Cadillac. Somehow or another, I don't know if he started getting big in comedy or what, but he ended up getting the Cadillac. So sometimes a lot of times when God is telling us to let things go, and He can tell us in so many different ways. Every time you walk in your workplace, they handing you a write-up sheet. And you don't even understand, like, this shit is getting crazy. It's a write-up every day. What did I do now? Such and so-and-so said such and so-and-so. Those are little inklings that you need to start listening and paying attention, because all of a sudden, everybody got complaints on me now. If you're experiencing that is God talking to you. That is Spirit talking to you. Every time you look around, you bumping head with mama, or you bumping head with your brothers, and your sisters, family members. You can be minding your own business, and one day, just out the blue, you hear some things about yourself that you ain't even said. You hear some things about, some stuff you supposed to been doing. You didn't even know you supposed to been doing it. Those are God's ways, tapping you on the shoulder saying, move, move. You know, sometimes you may be called to move out of your town, out of the city that you was born and raised in. You can't find no apartment. You can't find no rent. You can't even find a house, period, that you even comfortable with. You know, everything is just either not enough or too much. You're just not satisfied. That is God's way of saying, plan, listen. A lot of times it start out with basically just listen. And then after listening, plan. And then after planning is move, quit. And you can't be in fear, because if he brought it to you, he will bring it through you. I think that's how that say, but if not, it just means if he gave you that thought, he gonna bring you through it. Whatever storms that's coming with the plan, he's gonna bring you through it. You don't have to worry. Everything is gonna take place when it's divine timing. All right. All right, we are a little over 16 minutes in. If any of this is resonating, hit the like button. Drop a heart if you like my vibe. All right. And I appreciate whatever action I get. It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna keep going. This is my calling. So it doesn't matter. Peace be with you, you know, if you decide not to do anything. There is, you know, a rough road ahead. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it is a long journey ahead. I can't make it up. Let me I don't want to close out with that. It is a long journey ahead, but Spirit, can I have one more message? Because we don't want to leave with long journey ahead. Even though we know when you include God in what you got going on and what you're doing, everything is worked out. Everything is already worked out. It's just going to be a long journey. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a long journey ahead. And a lot of times, you know, you've already come a long ways. You've already come a long ways. The journey is just to equip you with what is waiting on you. That's it. If you look at it like that, like, damn, I'm having hard times over here. I'm having a hard time. But what is those hard times? What is it fueling you with? Are you learning to lean on God more? Are you reading your Bible more? Do you find yourself in meditation more? Are you finding yourself in, you know, giving God's thanks? That's the part that you have to look at when you're going through your long rough roads. Yep. All right, one more and then we're gonna close out. Once again, I thank you for watching. You need to fully immerse yourself in your journey and where you're going next. You need to be fully focused on what's about to take place. It's gonna need your undivided attention. If it's rest that you need, it could be something so simple as rest. When your body is telling you to rest, you need to rest. Okay? Rest. Because it may be something that's going to need your energy. Not necessarily in a bad way. Not necessarily in a bad way. It could most definitely, I don't feel like it's in a bad way. I really feel like it's in a good way. But you're going to need your energy. Yep. Because the scales are being balanced in your life. You know, the tables are being turned. You have done a lot of good for a lot of people that didn't pay you no mind, didn't even have the balls enough to say, didn't even have the heart enough to say thank you. You know, you didn't make a big deal out of it. You continue to move on. And, you know, you may have had a lot of people to lie and discuss you and gossip about you that really, really hurt you. That really hurt you. But They got to lay down. They got to rest that night with that on their heart. You letting it go, right? You working on forgiveness so you can start on this journey. You working on meditating. You're working on thanking God more. You're working on reading the word more. You're working on connecting with the universe more. That's what you're working on. Let them sleep with a heavy chest. You working on releasing in this period, right? Okay. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, sky of clarity. Listen, and we're gonna close out. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are are as infinite as the azure expanses. That is the end of our messages for right now. If I feel like it, I'll jump back on and do another one. I hope that this is touch someone, do somebody some good, and we can kind of grow together. All right. Love you. See you later. Bye.